Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Avengers Twilight issue 5. Nice, awesome cover there with our new Hawkeye, and we gonna get everybody in action in this one. This one showcases the Red Skull pretty much going about his plan, trying to truly take over the world, and how that kind of works out for our heroes. I think this works out very well because we see everything in action, everybody kind of going about attempting to do what they kind of need to do, and seeing how the Avengers kind of work together to stop this threat. So we start off, and we're back with Red Skull and James. Pretty much James trying to figure out what the fuck's kind of going on. Kyle, I don't understand what... I told you, James. My name is Johan. Now scan quickly, son. I need to be sure. There's nothing I can see. No hidden malware, no AI programs. When you're dealing with Ultron, that's not always a clear case. This armor, it's amazing. How did a gift from the one who sees what we're doing is right, but isn't above impregnating its gifts with Trojan horses. Oh, what Trojans? Johan, you're leaking. And it's kind of weird. It's like, what the fuck's kind of going on? And we don't really see what's going on with that until a little bit later. Go suit up, boy. Today we save America, as he watches James go off. You never intended to honor our deal. I did not. Machine served man, Ultron. Will not allow you to reign when I die. It's like... villainous backstabs. People see me as a monster, but all I want is a better world. No, you don't. You're a human ego on a scale that defies measurement, Skull. Coming from Ultron? That's a fucking lot. All you want is power. For humans to bend the knee to recognize you. You will never be satisfied. Your sad human life will forever be in pursuit of a thing denied you from birth. From your flawed mother, your disgraceful as the Red Skull blasts his ass. I don't think that'll be the end of it, but we'll kind of see here. It's like, Ultron was calling his ass out completely. Machine served man, Ultron. And men served the Red Skull as he blasts off. That's really good art there, even though it's like, that's very foreboding, no thank you. And it's like, yeah, Skull doesn't want a better world, he just wants everyone to bow to him. So, what do we know exactly? The Red Skull's taking control of the military and law enforcement by targeting its members specifically, feeding them lies and propaganda. Yep, that completely makes sense how that would kind of happen. Computer-generated news reporters and Avengers, making them believe that they're saving the country from a rogue president, when they're actually securing it for the Skull. It's like, that would be a very plausible plan for how the Skull would do that. And seeing the Avengers being like, alright, how do we deal with this? The files I saw at the mansion show members of the military turning against the White House and the Capitol, enacting a coup in the Pentagon. When they see the God of Thunder has returned, they will think twice at such a plan. Hopefully you would think so. This is years of brainwashing. These men and women are sure of their convictions. Very, very true, Hawkeye. My buddies in the Marines were all headed down that path, telling me about conspiracies and shit I knew wasn't real. But they believe it, and once someone believes, it's like trying to erode a mountain and the truth is rain. It's like, she hits the nail on the head there. It's very hard to get that kind of programming and deprogram someone from it. They're soldiers who believe they're doing what's right, and that makes them the most dangerous people in the country. Yeah, exactly. You won't get away with this. The Avengers, they will stop you. The Avengers will stop you, Mr. President, as we see him kneeling on the ground. I have some terrible news for you. Who the hell? I have no time to convince foot soldiers of my standing here. And that just proves Ultron's point. He doesn't try and convince these people. He doesn't care about them at all. He just kills these people and just stops them. Who are you? Your Avengers aren't real. I created them. Fantasies to keep the people feeling safe at night. After all, isn't that what anyone truly wants? Safety? My God, Jarvis. Oh, don't worry, Mr. President. And then we see some of the most gnarliest art ever as the Skull's... I don't know why he's got it like this. I may no longer need this diminishing human body, but I am still a man. A man who refuses to let weak institutions reward weakness, to coddle a nation. That's not what's going on, asshole! That's just fucking... Oh. This is... The Avengers are coming. They have to. Let reality set in, Mr. President. The next step will go easier. If you make peace... it looks like you are correct after all. Chatter's coming in. It's like, yeah, the Avengers are coming to help. White House has been taken. Tony, save the President. We'll secure the Capitol before the army gets in. On it. And it's like, yeah, Tony, Go and help. The ghosts of Avengers past are on their way. No time like the present, then. No, please don't. And then we see that the skull kills the president. It's like, god damn. And that is nuts. The use of color and everything, the white-blue of his beam as it crashes into and kills the president. And then we see his smoldering corpse as Tony crashes in. And I love how the crash from the windows is craggly as well with the glass. That's great. No, take them down. Welcome, gentlemen. This Iron Man has denied our traitor's president a fair trial, it seems. Skull. Of course, trying to pin it on him. You bastard, as Tony takes into the sky. It's like, this is an interesting team setup here. Tony versus the Red Skull. Normally don't really see that. Poor Tony Stark, asleep for years, only to awaken to a world that still hates him, that still reels from what he did to it. It's like, you did it. And another great use of crash. Keep telling yourself that, Skull. I don't need to. I just keep telling the world. And they dined on my message. Safety from the false heroes. Safety from your narcissist father. James, my boy, it's time. I know, as we see James suit up and come in with the drones and everything. It's like, yep, people accept the lie. And it's like, no. We're on our way. Tell my father he was better off in the tank. As we see another kind of great one as they're flying off. It's like, you don't get it, James. On the ground now. Think about what you're doing. This is no battleground. And you are no warriors. Amend thine actions. I love as Thor, he's not here to, kill or hurt. And there are no, amend thine actions. He's like, stop this. Let me see Kamala with her big hand just punching. Push them back. No casualties. Exactly, Cap. This is the hard thing. Fighting to stop them without killing people. I, Captain Thor Odinson, will use a gentle touch. Hold steady as he's using his lightning pretty kind of well there. I like that with the art. It's very interesting to see what artists can do with superhero powers like this. And I really like Cap being like, yes, we're fighting against them, but we don't need to kill them. We just need to stop them. These soldiers, they're fighting to save a country. They may be gods, but it doesn't make them our gods. We make our own destinies. No more tyranny. It's like, I kind of understand that, but you also have to understand what you've got versus what they've got. It only exists in their minds. Minds warped across decades by a Nazi. Yep, you always have to watch out for that. Tony, what's the sit rep? He's why I exist. He's why I can't die just yet. I totally get that, Cat, and others would take up the fight too to fight that kind of evil. We're going to need more help. Tony? It's incredibly sad, really, to lose your wife, your country, your son, still as empathetic as ever, Skull. And your narcissism makes you want the glory of fighting the Great Red Skull, as he's blasting off missiles towards him, and the Skull's able to counteract them. While your friends all die as he gets blasted. General Schultz. Yeah. Begin the raid on the defenders. Safe houses. Yes, sir. Kill order intact? Of course. Death to all terrorists. And that. This page then shows the dichotomy here. The juxtaposition of how Cap is like, we don't kill anybody. And Red Skull's like, nope, we kill them all. It's like, fuck you. And while you're at it, fire the first wave of missiles. This city needs to be raised so we can grow a new democracy. Yeah, that's not how that shit usually works, asshole. Skull, you madman, you can't. Anthony, if you move now, you may stop some of them. As he goes laughing, he's like, and Tony goes off to do it. To stop him. Steve, I'm going after incoming missiles. Skull is on the loose, and the president's dead. Good God. As we see him taking on some battle tank kind of thing. Cap, they'll hit the vice president next. Secret Service is moving her down Maryland Avenue. Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, intercept them. The captain and I will deal with... And we see them coming up with the plans, but Thor gets blasted. Tell me, God, have you ever fought a country? Skull. That's like, oh, you fucker. And just, I love how this battle kind of moves. It's not complete and utter constant action, but ebbs and flows, and we see how everybody's fighting. We see Hawkeye fighting, Thor fighting, Ms. Marvel, Tony, Cap, and we see these kind of quieter moments as we're getting through. You fought a country before, haven't you, Herr Captain? My beloved Germany. You were a leader of men then, but now you lead children huddled away in their ramshackle buildings across America. Who else do you think fought you? Sure, but he might have led people from America. But then there was the resistance in France and the resistance in all the occupied countries that were taken over by the Nazis. They were children huddled away in ramshackle buildings and everything that came out to fight the Nazis. Just like in this story. Buildings I'm currently tearing apart. And then I love this. He's like, I win, asshole. And he's like, Children I'm currently murdering. President Schmidt, Alpha Team reporting in. Jersey safe house is empty. Delta Team, same. Zeta Team, same. Gamma Team, same. Theta Team, same. Bravo Team, same. Everyone's out, Steve. And en route. I love you, and I've only got so many bandages, Rosa. So come home safe, okay? It hurts. My body is weak. My heart feels broken, but I'm not alone, and he's not. As the defenders come in to help the Avengers. Defenders, defend! And I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but I love it as they're like, defenders, defend. It's like, simple and what they're doing. They come in with their shields. I'm not ready to die just yet, Skull, and neither is this country. Damn straight, Cap. Cap, there's too many coming in. I need Thor. Cap, he can't hear you, old man. I jammed your ancient signal. It's over. As we get Tony fighting his son. James, son, I dreamed of this moment. Every minute in that tank. You got to. You're a liar. Stop this madness. Please, I'm begging you. You want this stopped? Then stay dead this time. Even though you picked his brain for that shit. He's the Red Skull. He's going to kill millions. He's going to save billions. Anybody that says that they need to kill millions to save any kind of amount of other people, always question. Always. It's like, nah. This isn't about you being a superhero, about putting on a show of good versus evil. James, I'm not. You only ever cared about how the world sees you, as we see Tony getting blasted and him trying to get through to his son. The selfless hero for the camera, letting his wife die, letting his son become an orphan. You think he let that happen? Fuck nut. No. You think I wanted this? Thank you, Tony. I love you. And I loved your mother. And I know you think you're doing what's right here. As we then shift and we see Ms. Marvel helping Hawkeye get to the Vice President. But people's lives are all that matter. Your mother and me, my friends, we only ever tried to save people. And I kind of like that. And it's really interesting that Tony's the one that's doing this and having this conversation with James. Being like, we only ever tried to save people. It's like, yeah, that's it. To protect them, give them the freedom to live their lives. The Red Skull only cares about power, about controlling people. I know you hate me, I do. But this isn't about us. So we see the Vice President like, oh shit. And the drone's going after Tony and his son as he is doing electric fingers into his armor. I wasn't there for you. I'd give anything to change things, but I'm here now. I'm here to tell you, as we see things blasting into the Vice President's car and Hawkeye just on it shooting arrows, that this is wrong. You can't control people. As she's taken out like the one thing. It's like, ah, shit, everything going on at once. You can just, shut up. And then we see a clang thing going up. Just shut up. I'm flattered, son. You didn't change my designs too much. As we see Tony get punched through, but of course he's just ahead at this point. What the hell? Remote controlled, interlinked? I don't control people, but I'm damn good at controlling machines. It's like, there you go, Tony. Using that shit. Cap, we got her. Move the Vice President to safety. We've got the Skull, as we've got Cap and Thor going after him. As we see him utilizing a energy shield. Oh, Captain, you have nothing. As he punches Thor away. I am not one of your Stark derivatives, you simpleton. I am the soul of Red Skull. I am the power of Ultron. It's like, that sounds kind of weird. And makes me think, okay, what's going on there? Ultron, good to know. It's like, yeah. We routinely beat him too. Barely. Fuck yeah. Alright, listen. I've been loving the art in this book throughout all of it. That is a fucking banger right there. I love it. You just see Cap just be like, we routinely beat him too. Barely. It's like, yeah, there's two. What have you done? Set your drones, my drones, on some missions. Your boss's missiles, they're gone. Bye-bye. You think that's all I have? As he tosses him at the Washington Monument, it's like, shit. And he bounces off and down. James, you couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? We could have done this with minimal casualties. If you say millions is minimal, get fucked. But now, Red Skull is about to throw everything at Washington and drop a nuclear payload. It's like, and you are working with this fucknut. Help the people trying to stop him. Damn it, let me stop this, let me, as he just starts beating him, saying, why'd you have to ruin everything? Why? As we see that he's beating the shit out of Tony, and he's just crumpled on the ground. Steve, they're dropping a nuke, coming in hot, due west. Damn it, Thor, did you catch that? Aye, Captain. The car's weapon will not land today. Is it working, Tyler? I'm broadcasting everything to every person in the country, Mr. Cage. As we see that Luke's even getting at me like, I'm getting in here. I'm worried they're just going to see Cap die. Huh. Typical. Always did have to save his ass back in the day. As he's getting out there, rips his way out. Mr. Cage, you can hardly move. You can't. Kid, I'm bulletproof and I ain't fascist. I'm not sitting this one out. Fuck yeah, Cage. Do that shit. As he's got power, kind of like a power moving suit. Kind of more of an Exo than a power armor or a Tony armor. This isn't like before, Herr Rogers. This isn't some impetuous plan. This is decades in the making. I don't care if you plan this for a millennium. I'll still stop you again. I'll still stop you again and again. You can manipulate people into believing that H-Day was necessary, that Hero Day was some inevitable judgment on my friends. But we'll still keep fighting because that's what we do. Fuck yeah, Steve. Ha! Oh, Captain, you and your H-Day. Since that glorious battle, America has been safer than ever. No, as we see Thor being like, what? So what's going on? And did you ever wonder why? Was it because you heroes actually stood in the way of peace? Or was it because America finally had the ultimate weapon? That they could drop into upstart countries at will. Typical American narcissist. It was never called H-Day because of you heroes. As we see the Krakoom and Steve shielding himself. It was H-Day because of the Hulk. As we see that he now has control of the Hulk and is utilizing it as a weapon to stop other things. And it's like sucks. Like, can they get through? Can they get through to the Hulk? And it's cool to see some like initial designs for Hawkeye, and it's really kind of cool. I really like the kind of aspect of making it her own kind of costume, and then having her arms free so you can see her tattoos and stuff. It's really kind of cool. Differentiates her from Clint Barton, but also Kate Bishop. And then of course we see next issue, book 6, The World is Watching, and it's like, ah, damn. So I really like this issue a lot because we're getting into the final stretch. And I think the pacing for this series has been really well done, actually. I don't feel that we've had this battle drawn out. We are now coming to the conclusion and the climax, and that's with the Skull enacting his plan, trying to take over the country, the Avengers attempting to stop it, Hulk being utilized. It's like, damn, him having Ultron under control and the Hulk, but then destroying Ultron, I don't think that's the end. Well, Ultron, I think, will at least get one final hurrah. That will probably lead to Skull being killed or whatnot, because he will do a pirate victory and be like, fuck you, asshole. But this was really good, seeing how each character kind of handled their situation. Steve being like, no casualties. They're fighting for a warped, fucked up Nazi idea that they've been fed for decades. And the Red Skull being like, no, fuck it, kill them all. And then he kills the president. James is still kind of in a kind of weird headspace, mainly still following the Skull, but we see that he is more in like, I'm in a trapped situation, how do I get out kind of feel. At least that's what I kind of get towards the end. Whether before he was still committed to his shitty kind of act that he got stuck with the Red Skull. Seeing Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye be able to save the Vice President, and then seeing that the last kind of ultimate weapon was the Hulk, which completely makes sense. The Hulk would be an ultimate kind of weapon. So it'll be interesting to see how the Avengers are able to deal with this, because the Hulk could completely and utterly destroy Washington and just rampage everywhere. How are they going to get to their old friend? How are they going to get him out of this? This is going to be a tough one for Steve and the rest of them to deal with, because the Avengers were originally formed to deal with the Hulk situation, mainly because of Loki's controlling machinations. Now we're towards a kind of ending scenario where the Avengers' last thing is having to deal with the Hulk in a similar situation. How will they get him out? How will the Hulk react to this? And what will the Hulk want to do after the Hulk is potentially free? So there's a lot of things, and I can't wait to see where this ends. I've been very happy with this so far. I couldn't recommend it enough. Now granted, the end could completely and utterly go nutballs and quality issues could like go out of control or whatnot. You never know. But I'm hoping for a nice strong finish to what we've had as a nice strong series, and because I always want to hope for the best and plan for the worst kind of thing, because they've been doing so well with this, and I want this ending to stick very well. And I can't wait to see what happens. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.